the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel His mighty power and His grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. You know, that song has a very special place in the life of this church. It's a song that we often use to begin our worship services, and it is such a meaningful song when it's heard in the sanctuary, sung by the choir or by the folks gathered. It is also a song that our mission groups that go to Guatemala hold very dear to them. It's one that they often sing when they're gathered together in their gathering place there at the House of Healing. In fact, at the House of Healing, when they put up the railing around the edge of that spot where we gather, they put the music right into the metal. And the music itself and the words itself are spelled out and are explained right there in the midst of that place of gathering. So it's a very special song. It's one of those songs that come to mind often for us. But you know, the lyrics of that song come right from Scripture. They come from Genesis chapter 28, verse 16. What's interesting is the context in which that passage is spoken. You see, the biblical context is the place of Jacob, who is fleeing from his brother Esau, who is about to kill him because of what Jacob did. Now, if you don't remember the story, and perhaps you do, Jacob and Esau were twin brothers. And it's said in Scripture that they were actually wrestling within the womb of their mother Rebekah. So it's almost like they started out bickering and fighting with each other. But it goes on to say that after they were born, even though they were twins, they were incredibly different. One was a hunter and liked to be more outdoors. He, in fact, was his father's favorite. That was Esau. But Jacob was more the inside kind of guy, kind of helping his mom with all the things around the house, and he was definitely favored by his mom. Well, you can almost see the problems right there from the beginning, can't you? I mean, they were really twins, and yet in many ways they were rivals. Well, what happened was, as they began to age, and as Isaac, their father, began to lose his sight and knew that death was going to come on him soon, he wanted to pass the birthright on to his oldest son. Well, they were twins, but Esau was the first one to emerge from his mother's womb, and so he was the one that was going to receive the birthright. Well, when Rebekah hears this, she wants her favorite to be the one to receive the birthright. So she tells Jacob what's happening. And through this elaborate plan, Jacob ends up tricking his father Isaac into giving him the birthright. Well, of course, Esau is just livid, and he wants Jacob to pay. He wants him to pay with his life. Well, when Rebekah hears this, she doesn't want Jacob to be killed, and so she warns Jacob. And so Jacob has to gather anything he can find and then flee from his brother's presence because he is so worried that he will be killed. That's the context that we find ourselves in Genesis chapter 28. Jacob fleeing from the angry brother Esau. Listen to what happens. Jacob left Beersheba and set out to Haran. When he reached a certain place, he stopped for the night because the sun had set. Taking one of the stones there, he put it under his head and laid down to sleep. He had a dream in which he saw a stairway resting on the earth with its top reaching to the heavens. And the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. There above it stood the Lord. And he said, I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham and the God of Isaac. I will give you and your descendants the land on which you are lying. Your descendants will be like the dust of the earth and will spread out to the west and to the east, to the north and to the south. All the peoples of the earth will be blessed through you and your offspring. I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. When Jacob awoke from his sleep, he thought, surely the Lord is in this place, and I was not aware of it. So that's where this context comes from. It's a wonderful sentiment. Surely God is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. And when we sing it in this place, it's a wonderful reminder because we know God is in this beautiful sanctuary. We know that God is all around us in this place. When you're on a missions trip and you've just completed your work and you're sitting up top with your mission team and you're looking out over the lake and you see all those faces of everyone there that has been working so hard to do the ministry that you've been called to, it's easy to see and recognize that the Lord is in that place. But what about if you're on the run? What about if you're afraid? What about if you're feeling worried for your life, either because of health or anger or something going on in your life? What happens when you're alone, all by yourself? You know, it's interesting. I look back on it and I'm not really sure we see any encounter in Scripture between Jacob and the Lord until this moment. It was almost as if God was introducing himself to Jacob. There, alone, afraid, worried, and on the run. And through that encounter, Jacob knew the Lord's in this place. In this place. And he is. He's in this place. But he's in whatever place you occupy, be it the good times or the difficult times. Surely the presence of the Lord is in that place as well. Thanks so much.